On the hotel's second floor, Supervisor Bob Vinson was doing his night duty when he spotted a strange-looking machine in the corridor, something that hadn't been there a little while ago. This floor was reserved for employees, and seeing such a strange machine at this hour made Bob feel that something was wrong. It was a metallic box with another smaller box attached, and the front part looked like a weird control panel. The control panel had a total of 28 switchable keys. At that moment, it was 6:30 a.m. This incident took place at Harveys Lake Tahoe Hotel and Casino in Nevada, which would make national headlines within the next 24 hours. For Bob Vinson, it wasn't just the machine that was odd. He had been on duty almost all night and hadn't heard any noise of something heavy being placed in the corridor. Whoever left the machine had placed it on 4 wooden blocks, which had sunk into the carpet, indicating the machine was very heavy. Adding to the weirdness, the door locks, near where the machine was placed, had been disabled using super glue. While trying to figure it out, Bob found an envelope next to the machine addressed to the Harveys management. Welcome once again, viewers, to a new video. Harveys Lake Tahoe was a well-known hotel and casino in Nevada, an 11-story building with 197 rooms. When Bob Vinson found the envelope, he rushed to call security, and soon after, police and fire departments were also summoned. Initially, nobody dared to touch the envelope, fearing it might be a trap. Eventually, using a broom, they managed to move it safely and opened it. Inside were 3 typewritten pages. At the top was a headline, "Warning for Hotel Management. Bomb Squad." Below it, the letter stated that any attempt to move the bomb would cause it to detonate instantly. It warned not to pour water or gas on it, as the internal pressure would trigger an explosion. Even touching the screws would set it off. In simple words, the bomb was extremely sensitive. Even a slight disturbance could detonate it, at least according to the letter. At that time, about 600 guests were sleeping in the hotel. Police immediately began evacuating the hotel, moving everyone to the parking lot. The bomb squad then examined the machine. It was a steel box, half an inch thick, neatly welded together, with even minor scratches filled and polished. Bubble levels were installed on all sides to ensure the bomb stayed level, adding credibility to the letter's claims. The letter also said the bomb could not be defused, even by the person who made it. It contained automatic timers that would detonate it within 24 hours if its instructions weren't followed. Authorities were very careful. They tried to find fingerprints. None. They took photographs and used special X-ray equipment to scan the machine, while using a stethoscope to listen closely, and they heard something moving inside. The letter claimed the bomb was packed with TNT. If it exploded, it would even damage the casino across the street. They were advised to move people at least 1,200 feet away. Buildings around were evacuated. Gas pipelines were shut off. Casino employees started relocating millions of dollars in cash. FBI agents arrived and set up a command and control center nearby. It was clear to everyone involved this situation was dead serious. The bombers' demand was $3 million in used bills. No marked notes, no chemical treatments. If the demands weren't met within 24 hours, the bomb would automatically detonate. The cash was to be delivered by helicopter. The pilot was instructed to land at Lake Tahoe Airport near the LTA building at 11 p.m., facing south. After landing, the pilot would receive a phone call with further instructions. The FBI set up a trap. The helicopter was loaded with fake cash and hidden agents, including a gunman hiding behind the pilot's seat. At 11 p.m., the FBI agent, posing as the pilot, landed at the designated spot. Soon, a public phone nearby rang. The agent answered. The voice instructed him to find another envelope under the phone booth table. The criminal was very cautious, speaking for less than 5 seconds per call to avoid being traced. The second letter instructed the pilot to use a flashlight to show that the helicopter was empty, then fly towards Highway 50. After 15 minutes, he was supposed to see a flashing strobe light and land facing south. But flying over the dark forest, the pilot couldn't find any strobe lights. He kept circling for an hour but saw nothing. Later they realized they had misread the instructions. The actual drop-off point was miles away. The FBI tried to communicate through TV news that there was confusion regarding the location. The criminal, upon realizing the authorities were still willing to deliver the money, called the police station and instructed them to flip switch number 5 on the bomb and await further instructions. But by then, it was too late. At this point, it was 6:40 a.m. Over 24 hours had passed since the bomb had been placed. Yet it hadn't exploded, which was a positive sign. Authorities calculated that even if the bomb exploded, the damage would mostly be limited to the interior and not collapse the entire building. A small plastic explosive was installed near the control box to try to disable it. By 3:45 p.m. on August the 27th, everything was ready. At 11 p.m., the FBI agent, posing as the pilot, landed at the designated spot. The nearby area was evacuated, and with a fire in the hole. Warning, the remote detonator was triggered. The machine shook violently and exploded. Later inspection revealed it contained dynamite, not TNT, a much less powerful explosive. But who was the mastermind? Investigation revealed that the bomb was planted by 58-year-old John Birges, who was helped by his 2 sons. He had lost his life savings gambling at Harveys Casino and wanted revenge. John Birges's real plan was to steal the helicopter along with the ransom money. Had the pilot followed the right instructions, John's sons would have hijacked the helicopter, escaped to a hidden car, and disappeared. John Birges was sentenced to 20 years in prison. His sons were pardoned for cooperating with authorities. John Birges died of liver cancer in 1996. After this incident, the hotel owner renovated Harvey's Hotel with a new design and more rooms. We hope you enjoyed this thrilling story. Please like, share, and comment your thoughts. See you in the next amazing video.